Supersensei here. Welcome to an all-new episode of Awesome Video Game Quotes. Today we're going to talk about a game from my favorite video game series ever, Mega Man 7. Now Mega Man 7 has been hailed as one of the weakest titles in the series, but it's one of the few that actually has quotes worth talking about. So without further ado, let's jump straight into the beginning of the game.
Mega Man 7 did something the first 6 didn't. It had an intro stage. Usually Mega Man games just dump you into the stage select screen, but in 7 they copied the idea from Mega Man X to have an intro stage. Another new change is that it starts you with a 2-minute long cutscene that you can't skip.
Know this already! Come on, just let me play the game!
While this is kind of annoying, it does give us some insight on the story. The line I first want to bring up is one of Mega Man's. Right after Roll says,
"I can't believe Wily is loose again. Won't this madman ever stop?"
Mega Man replies with, "He won't be loose for long. Once Dr. Light gives Rush and me our new enhancements, Wily is history." Now there are two problems with this line right off the bat. First of all, Mega Man should be saying Rush and I, not Rush and me. Use proper English, Mega Man. The second and more important thing I want to point out is the last thing he said. Wily is history. History is the study of the past, so that means Mega Man wants Wily to be a part of history, so... Oh, I don't get it. What did Mega Man mean by that?
He wants to kill Dr. Wily. Isn't that right, Mega Man?
Now, if you're familiar with the series, you know that Mega Man doesn't like to fight, let alone hurt anybody. So this is already a very strange thing for Mega Man to say. I mean, I kind of understand why Mega Man would want to just get rid of Wily so that Mega Man doesn't have to fight anymore. But geez, this is really out of character for him. There's more to back this idea up, but that's at the end of the game, and I'll get to that later. Now, I want you to just look at Mega Man. What does his body language say to you? If you answered, "He looks angry," then good for you! Here's a nice E-tank to drink.
Oh, you thought this was for you?
He is indeed angry, with his piercing glare, clenched fists, his chest puffed out, and the permanent frown on his face. Mega Man is showing major signs of aggression, and he's like this the entire game. Even on the password screen, Mega Man is angry. In addition to that, the box art for the game shows him clearly frustrated with the whole situation. I'm starting to think they should have just called this Mega Man 7. Mega Man is pissed off. Or even Mega Man 7. Mega Man is tired of this shit. You're darn right I was angry. I had just barely finished helping rebuild from the last Wily incident. Then I was supposed to go to the robot spa and get a robot massage, but no, I had to deal with that crap again. They have robot spas and robot massages? What other services do robots have? Well, it's kind of expensive, but if you're lonely, you can always get a robot.
Okay, let's get back on track.
So you play the game, you beat all 8 bosses, you get to Wily's castle, and you finally beat Wily. Mind you, Mega Man, who's been angry the entire time, finally gets his chance to end this. Wily apologizes, but Mega Man is not having it. He starts charging his buster and says, "I don't trust you, Wily. I gonna do what I should have done years ago." Mega Man, what did I tell you about your grammar? It's "I'm going to do," and you don't need an extra exclamation point. Then Dr. Wily replies with, "You forget, Mega Man. Robots cannot harm humans." Mega Man, using double exclamation points once again, puts his buster away and then takes approximately 14 seconds to say, "I am more than a robot. Die, Wily." Suddenly, the facility sounds an alarm, and Wily, by all accounts, should have died by the debris that fell on him. Wily is rescued by Treble, and then Bass confronts Mega Man and mocks him by saying, "Too late, Mega Man. He who hesitates is lost. We shall return," and then teleports off. Mega Man follows suit and starts walking away from the fortress, which is now caught on fire. I think the fire is an accurate representation of Mega Man's metaphorical rage at this point. He failed to capture Wily, and he was insulted by Bass. During the credits, he walks slowly with kind of a blank stare, and is fuming while his fists are still clenched. Then, after they show Freeze Man in the credits, Mega Man is now in the same walk cycle, but his eyes and mouth are showing more aggression. Then after Junk Man, his face looks like it originally did, but he's blinking furiously like he's super stressed out and has a twitch now. After Burst Man, guess what? He has his angry face and he's blinking. Afterwards, the whole cycle repeats and we finally get to Mega Man going home, which is apparently out of shop now since Dr. Light's lab was destroyed by Bass earlier on. Mega Man and all of his friends and family take a celebratory photo in sepia tone for some reason, and Mega Man is still pissed off. Seriously, the only time Mega Man didn't look angry was in the beginning of the game. It was right after he put on his helmet that all of this began. Jeez, dude, you have some issues. I had some issues. Thanks to Psychiatrist Man, I was able to control my anger. Psychiatrist Man? Really? Yes, really, and I'm a better man for it.
Hold on, that's not Psychiatrist Man. That's just Metal Man dressed as a dentist.
Oh, that certainly would explain some things. Alright, let's jump back a bit to the ending lines. Mega Man is clearly ready to take out Wily once and for all, but Dr. Wily tries to reason with Mega Man, telling him that he can't harm humans. Why can't he harm humans? Well, if Mega Man was programmed to follow Isaac Asimov's laws of robotics, that would make sense. For those of you unfamiliar with the 3 laws, they're as follows. 1. A robot may not injure a human being or, through inaction, allow a human being to come to harm. 2. A robot must obey the orders given to it by human beings, except where such orders would conflict with the first law. 3. A robot must protect its own existence as long as such protection does not conflict with the first or second law. Well, if all of this was used in the Mega Man universe, then Dr. Wily could have easily just told Mega Man to stop what he was doing right then and there, and that's when Mega Man drops his bombshell. He is more than a robot. This is the only time you will ever see Mega Man say or act like this in the series, and it isn't ever mentioned again. Another strange thing to note is that in the Japanese version of the ending, most of the dialogue is the same until it gets to the part I'm talking about. Mega Man just goes silent and thinks about his actions. But here's the thing, if Mega Man was following these laws of robotics, then he shouldn't have been able to defeat Wily at all in the previous games. Mega Man would be shooting directly at Wily, which could potentially cause him harm. In the first game, Mega Man blows off the shielding from Wily's ship, and now Wily is exposed. Then Mega Man shoots directly at him. In the next few games, Wily at least has a clear shield blocking him, but Mega Man's Buster is capable of puncturing steel and destroying boulders, so unless Wily has a really strong substance to protect him, he could have been hurt. Even in this particular game, Wily is completely exposed in his skull walker thing. Why would he leave himself vulnerable like that? Now, if we go by the theory of Mega Man is more than a robot, that means the law of robotics don't apply to him. Perhaps Mega Man was a prototype Reploid that just happened to go Maverick in Mega Man 7. Or there is a good possibility that the developers thought this would be a cool way to lead the Mega Man series into the Mega Man X series. But wait, his brother Proto Man is also a robot that doesn't follow orders. He says so right here.
Robots are machines that follow orders. I'm a machine that doesn't, so what does that make me?
Bass 2 is a prime example. He defies Wily constantly and ruins his plans. Not only that, but a cutscene from Mega Man 9 reveals that the Robot Masters had the ability to decide they wanted to live past their expiration date. Why does a perfectly functioning robot even have an expiration date? Do they perhaps develop more intelligence on their own? Maybe after a set amount of time the robots are deemed too smart and they have to be terminated. That is a possible explanation as to why Mega Man finally snapped and decided to take out Wily. Maybe he was just way past the recommended expiration date, but Dr. Light was unaware of such a thing. This creates so many more questions than answers, I'm afraid. In any case, Wily escapes and Bass taunts Mega Man and drops the quote I wanted to focus on. He who hesitates is lost. This line is quite possibly the best line ever to explain the entirety of the Mega Man series. Now before I go all crazy analyzing this, let me explain where this line originated from. In 1712, a play called Cato, a Tragedy, was written by Joseph Addison. Addison was a politician and writer. The play itself was based on the last days of Marcus Porcius Cato Uticensis, aka Cato the Younger. Yeah, try saying that 5 times fast. Now Cato was a follower of the Stoic philosophy, which means he was taught that destructive emotions such as anger and fear result from errors in judgment. Sounds kind of like how Mega Man has felt the entire game, right? I mean, Mega Man has literally gone through this so many times that he's angry that he didn't do anything to prevent Wily's escape. In fact, he just stands there for about 8 seconds in the beginning of the game and did nothing. He could have easily shot down Wily's ship, but no, he stood there and through inaction let Wily escape. Back to the line, "He who hesitates is lost," wasn't actually said in the play Cato at all. It is an adaptation of the line, "The woman that deliberates is lost." It often gets misquoted as "He who hesitates is lost." Now that we know the origin, let's explain the significance of this line in the game. Mega Man has clearly been fueled by anger the entire time, and now he just wants to end this once and for all. He has a chance to do so, but he hesitates. Why? Mega Man had already made up his mind and clearly showed a disregard for the laws of robotics. What stopped him? Perhaps he had thoughts of moral compromise. Moral compromise is basically doing something you know you shouldn't. In this case, Mega Man knows that he shouldn't kill Wily, but if he doesn't kill him, then all of this situation can happen again, which of course it does. The relationship between Mega Man and Dr. Wily is very similar to Batman and the Joker. Batman knows that Gotham would be better off if he killed the Joker, but he also knows that if he killed the Joker, who's to say he doesn't start killing other villains? It's a slippery slope that he knows he can't fall down from, because once he falls, he can never get back up. Mega Man suffers from the same dilemma. If he killed Wily, who's to say he won't kill another human? Also, since Mega Man is a robot, he threatens his very own existence by going against the supposed laws of robotics. He would be branded as a type of maverick and would be hunted down. That's why he hesitates. He ultimately lost the battle by not only letting Wily escape, but also by losing himself. Mega Man stands for justice and peace, not murder. I think that's why he's still angry while he was walking away from the burning fortress. He's not angry because Wily escaped and he'll have to do this all over again. It's because Mega Man had given thought to killing a human being. This also explains why he's still angry when he's back home with his family. How could he look at the face of his creator, his father, the human being, Dr. Light? If Mega Man is truly more than a robot, then he has to seriously think about what he almost did. His hesitation in the moment saved him from becoming something he was not. Mega Man hates to fight, and only does so to protect everyone. That includes Wily. Mega Man didn't hesitate and lost a chance at killing Wily. He hesitated and had a chance to redeem himself. I had a whole lot more to talk about He Who Hesitates Is Lost, but I felt it better to do it separately from this episode because the next one will focus on gameplay instead of story, so look forward to that in the near future. If you haven't already, go ahead and like my Facebook page, Video Game Quotes, where there's a new quote posted every day, and go ahead and watch some of my other videos while you're at it. And as always, thanks for watching.